ahead, put it on real tight. I hope you brought your best tonight. They say they got the fireworks, yeah, they say they got the show. You're around the shoots, you're the best, so let's go.
This is Texas Toast, a production of TSC Entertainment. I'm your host, Miss Helen. Kick back and enjoy as we toast the best from Texas.
Hey everyone, welcome to Texas on Tap. It's that time of the week, time for us to look at some songs coming up, look at the charts. And my name, by the way, if you don't know, Miss Helen, along with Kyle, our producer with Texas on Tap, a branch of our Texas Toast podcast, which has been going good. So what do we got coming up for Texas on Tap today, Kyle?
We got lots of cool stuff. We're going to talk about 6 songs. Me and you picked 3 just like normal. All new artists that we haven't mentioned yet, so that's pretty exciting. I did want to mention something cool that I'm going to be taking part in tonight, actually. So we record this on Wednesdays. The episode comes out on Thursday. So it's, I guess, whenever you're listening, this will be in the past. But I just wanted to get this on people's radar. There's this cool new app that's going to be going around. They're starting in the Texas country side of things, and they're going to branch out. But it launches later this month. And I'm going to an event tonight at Moe's Place here in Katy. And it's going to be called Pick Lounge. So this Pick Lounge is an event put on by the app that's going to be called Pickle Jar. This app is real interesting. It's basically it's a POS platform, a ticketing sales platform, a communication platform for artists to communicate with their fans or other artists. And I think this thing's going to be a game changer. So tonight I'm going to go over to their show and kind of test out the app and see what it's all about. And then as far as I know, they're going to keep doing these things. So weeknights here in Houston at first, like I mentioned, and then later on everywhere, hopefully, they'll be having these, songwriter rounds and artist spotlight showcases during the weekdays. So I think this is going to be real cool. I'll let you guys know next week how it goes.
That is super duper cool. And how do we still stick with the theme of pickles? We talked about chocolate covered pickles. I mean, not to downplay. I mean, that's a very important thing, but we had chocolate covered pickles we talked about last week. Mm-hmm. And then we won't dwell on this, but I saw a recipe for peanut butter and pickle sandwich this week.
Oh, man.
No, thank you.
Yeah, people are getting too creative.
I know. Too much. Too much.
You want to go ahead and shout out some songs? Let's do it.
Yeah, I have a few. And so far, all the artists that we've been covering over the weeks, they are maintaining and doing great on the charts. But I looked at some new stuff coming out this week. And first one I want to highlight is Jeremy Studdard. He's a young man from Oklahoma, which, by the way, got the recognition of Blake Shelton since they're both Okies. But he has a song out that's been a couple of weeks on the charts, and he is moving up rapidly. And I actually talked with a real good friend of mine, a lady that works with him, and we discussed him this week, but his name's Jeremy Studdard, and the name of this song is All Nighter. And I'm telling you, you got to go listen to it, everyone. When you listen to it, I really don't even need to say more. Just All Nighter. It's a great song. And then I have been waiting so long for a good summer song, beachy kind of summer song to come out, and he's come out of the woodwork. I haven't heard from him in a while as far as music. And Cody Widner's done a lot of stuff, and of course he's a fellow Bearcat in the family. He graduated Sam Houston State University, but he has had a lot of success in music, and he has a really catchy summer song out called Texadice. Like paradise, but it's Texadice. It's going to be a great summer song. It's going in my my boat music on Spotify for fishing. Nice. I love it. Absolutely. And I've been waiting like weeks. I mean, unless there's something that got by me, I haven't seen any like true like summer beachy songs. So Cody's got that. And then there was a song that I ran across from a guy named Marshall, and the name of the song is Tailspin. And it's kind of torn on it because I would listen to it, but every time I would go back to listen to it, I just couldn't stop listening. And so it feels good. It's got good beat, good lyrics, and it was written after a divorce.
Oh, wow.
So check that one out. It's called Tailspin, and it's charting. It's doing well as far as getting ads.
That's interesting that it was written after a divorce. I would have guessed maybe the All Nighter was written after a divorce, but that Tailspin song's like it's got a nice upbeat dance drum beat going on, and is yes. Yeah, I mean it's I guess maybe that was what was necessary.
But I'm really excited about Jeremy's single, and then I'm totally going to be jamming here after we get through to Cody's new song. So
yeah.
That's about it for me.
That Cody Widner song, it sounded like he took a page out of our boss man Mike Black's book almost. He's reminded me of Mike singing about flip-flops, margaritas, and Texas girls and all that stuff.
Right.
Texas Toast is brought to you by Zilker Belts. Combining the craftsmanship and world-class leather from Argentina with the creativity and personality of Austin, Texas, Zilker Belts provides a one-of-a-kind addition to your wardrobe. Styled for any occasion, at home, at a music festival, on a hike, at the office, or on the golf course. Zilker Belts is also a company that focuses support on great nonprofit organizations. Born in Argentina, raised in Austin, visit zilkerbelts.com. Dripping Springs Vodka is handcrafted in the Texas Hill Country in 50-gallon batches and is 100% all-natural, gluten-free, and certified kosher. Dripping Springs is not only our favorite Texas spirit, but also the only American-made vodka to hold a vodka purity trophy from the prestigious International Wine and Spirits Competition. You can find the bottle at your nearest liquor store or at DrippingSpringsVodka.com to order online and have it shipped right to your door. Dripping Springs Vodka. Taste the small batch difference.
Okay, so I've got a couple I wanted to talk about too. Before I jump into my three, I wanted to mention Kristen Foreman, who's a country singer out of Nashville. Well, she's from Texas, actually. She reached out to me on the podcast, and she's got a new song called Bench Seat out, and I checked it out, and it sounds awesome. She's got a really unique voice, so if you guys need some new music, check her out for sure. Her name's Kristen Foreman.
That's my daughter's name, Kristen.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yes.
That's cool.
So, hey, Kristen.
So you're going to have to check it out. Yeah.
Right.
Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the 13th Apostle, Sean McConnell. This song is charting on Texas Music Pickers streaming chart. I had not heard of him. Actually, I don't think I'm not sure where he was at on the chart before, because I've been looking at it pretty closely, for the last month or so, and I think he might have made a nice little jump this week. I could be mistaken, but either way, awesome song. It's like a badass rockin' song, really. They come out of the gates pumping, and he's got this like folky and contemporary mix with aggression. It's really interesting. And he had the Wood Brothers on the song too, and that added a nice difference in vocal layering. Anyways, altogether a really good song. The next one I want to talk about is Aaron Watson. Everybody knows Aaron. I
have every song in my playlist Out of Style is like my favorite all time. Well, I could say that, then I'll start going through Aaron Watson songs and say, no, it's another. But anyway, go ahead.
The one that's charting this week, or I guess, this last couple of months, Silverado Saturday Night. So awesome classic guitar intro. Took me back to like being a kid and seeing him at county fairs. I guess he's been pretty consistent in his style, but this one just was almost a little more nostalgic than a lot of his other songs in the last years have been to me. It's almost like the words are coming at you so fast the whole time that you just can't ignore it. It's like he's rapping at you, but he's got a nice melody going on, and all in all, just a really good song.
I love your take on that. And it's interesting that it's being downloaded so much, because it actually in February went #1 on the Texas music chart. Silverado Saturday Night did. So that's interesting how the fans pick up on things. Maybe he's had a big show, and so anyway.
And then last but not least, I wanted to mention No Vacancy is the song by Treaty Oak Revival. I don't know if you got a chance to check this song out, but this is an interesting band to me. They sound really unique. They've got like a southern rock. I don't know. I have a hard time still pinning down Red Dirt. I don't know what Red Dirt is. I feel like everybody's kind of got their own impression of it,
Well, Red Dirt came along actually when we were just Texas music, and it was Texas artists singing about Texas music. And then all of a sudden we had artists coming from Oklahoma. That was where the Red Dirt came from.
Gotcha.
Where Texas meets Oklahoma.
Okay, cool. So it's less the music, the way the music sounds, but more about the content. Lyrically? Okay, interesting. Gotcha. Well, then I guess I don't know if this would fall into that, but anyways, this band sounds awesome. You guys should all check them out. Treaty Oak Revival. So I guess that's it for me this week. I didn't notice any crazy jumps on the chart. William Beckman's still hanging in there at the bottom. Zach Bryan's still hanging out at the top. Cat Hasty's another one I haven't mentioned. Pretty Things, but that's a great song. Been up in the top 5 for probably over a month now. Yeah, all kinds of good music, all kinds of new music coming out, a bunch of stuff we're looking forward to. if you guys have any new music coming out or got friends have music or want to suggest anything to us, please don't hesitate to reach out on Instagram at Texas Toast Pod, and send us some stuff to listen to.
I know, we would love to hear from anyone out there listening. So looking at the charts, Bart Crow, #1, CD Extraction, Texas on TexasCountryMusicChart.com. And I saw something on social today, like he is just super excited, but it's like, it was going to be #1. You can't help it. A Pocket Full of Kisses. It's if you haven't checked it out, of course, probably everybody has. We had Bart on the podcast. He's just amazing. And I love that song. Okay. And then Casey Donahue is at #2 on CD Extraction, Texas, still with Queen for a Night. Randy Rogers, Wade Bowen, The Hold My Beer, after 4 weeks on the chart, they're at #3. That's going to go #1. And Josh Ward, A Cowboy Can on CD Extraction, Texas, is at #4. Curtis Grimes at #5 with Friends after 8 weeks. But I did see where, let me flip over here and look. Also looking at the Texas Regional Radio Report, George Dukas is at #1 with his Old Timers. I don't know if you remember George Dukas. I had to make sure it was the same George Dukas, but us older ones will remember Lipstick Promises. Josh Ward, A Cowboy Can, Pocket Full of Kisses, Bart's at #3 on this particular chart, and Reckless with Cross Rags and Young. They're at #4, and Ariel Hutchins, Wine Won't Work, is at #5 on the Texas Regional Radio Report. Yeah. And then on the TexasCountryMusicChart.com, which I always say is just one of my favorite charts, Curtis Grimes is at #2 with Friends. #1's Casey Donahue, Queen for a Night, and then the Josh Abbott Band. Bart Crow's at 4. Josh Ward, A Cowboy Can, Parker McCollum. Now that was as of that. This one came out Sunday, and I can tell you that Bart's at #1 coming up for next week. So there you have it. All of our friends are doing good. John Stork and Matt Castillo's doing good.
And Matt's got a new EP coming out tomorrow.
Yes, he does. Y'all need to go on his social and check him out. And he has that VIP giveaway.
Yeah, I'm really excited to hear the songs that are on this new EP he's working on.
Yeah, especially when he talked about the background on it. And he's such a genuine person, and he's just so passionate about what he does, and he's so passionate about his hometown and his family. But it's Enter to Win Matt Castillo. It's a bundle for 4, a table up front for 4 guests, bottle of Texas Ranger whiskey, signed copy of the new EP, autographed guitar, and other giveaways. And it's like a $20 raffle. So you can check that out at anywhere at Matt Castillo Music. Yeah, you just check out Matt Castillo stuff and you can find it. So all good.
Yeah, that's all over his website too. It's just mattcastillomusic.com. So if you guys are not listening to him, I would definitely recommend it. I think that's it. It doesn't look like we got any cocktail suggestions this week, which is kind of a bummer, but I know they'll be pouring in next week. So if you guys have cocktails you want to share, you want us to talk about, send them our way.
Like literally pouring in. I like that. Literally pouring in. Did you see what you just did? Pouring in. Okay.
Sweet. Well, I think there's probably a bunch of stuff I forgot, but
I know there's a, and honestly, to kind of give you the backstory on this one, like, it's like this one's kind of, we're doing it pretty well. We had a planning meeting for over an hour. So we're going to just this wrap, and
lots of cool stuff in the works for Texas Toast. And unfortunately that took a toll on our brains a little bit. So that's why we're running this episode short. But the things that are to come, the guests that are coming up, which you can actually mention who we have on next week this time. We wanted to talk about it last time. I made you wait. So you want to tell them who our guest is on Tuesday?
Oh my gosh, y'all. Trent Willman I have adored his music forever, and he has the best of the best songs, but he's also a cooperating songwriter and producer. And if you love Texas Forever, if you love Cody Johnson, Roger Kreger's music, Gulf Coast Time, I could go on and on. Trent Willman has brought us so many hits. He's just gifted us with so many great songs, and he has some really good intel, really good details about his background and growing up, and he's awesome. So
yeah, his story is crazy. And like I was telling you earlier, I knew who he was. I was familiar with his music, familiar with his production work, but like ever since we started this podcast, I feel like every single guest we've had's mentioned him. So it's just like the fact that he is so respected in this scene that we're heavily a part of. and now we've already got him on the show. That's just
Well, and and the thing is, if you go to his website and you click on music or whatever the link is there, you'll know why he's so connected with so many people, because he has written songs or co-written songs that, well, you'll hear it in the podcast. Yeah, y'all have to tune in and listen.
Alrighty, I'll check that out next Tuesday, and we will see you next week, okay?
Sounds great.
Alrighty, cheers. Take it easy.
Cheers.
Dare to say, well, you can go to hell, and hell, I'll go to Texas. I've had my fill of every place but home. Well, take away